Hello. Welcome to the replay. What is up? My name is Tatiana. I'm a business coach and a mentor. I'm also the CEO of the Inspire Blueprint. So excited you are here joining me. Are you ready for a challenge? That's what I want to know. Are you ready to just get back to you? Really start the summer off strong. That's what we're going to be talking about on today's live. I am bringing back one of my favorite things that I love to do with the Inspire Blueprint, and that is the Inspire 330 Challenge. We're going to be talking all about it, how you can join. It is a free 7-day challenge that is going to be kicking off on Monday, and I would love for you to be a part of it to really get back to you. That is kind of just the overall phrase of everything that we're kind of focusing on, is just getting back to you, getting back to what matters, what is important. That is what it is all about. One of the things I always say all of the time, if you've ever watched any of my videos before, is that I love to help women to get out of their own ways, to do the things that they've always wanted to do, what you desire in your life. And so this challenge is going to be something to really help you take that a step further. So, hey everybody, how's your week going? Thanks for getting on and joining me. What's up? Hello to those of you over on YouTube. Let me know, how's everything going? How's your Friday? Seriously, like, comment, engage with me a little bit so I can see. Hey from Colorado, what's up? Lovely 31 Blueprint, love it. Hey Best FFC, hello, I'm glad you're here as well. Hi. Thanks for joining. We're going to be talking all about the Inspire 330 challenge today. And I really just want you to think about, even if you don't participate in the challenge, I want you to just think about how you can get back to you this summer, because that is so important. I actually did a live, I believe it was last week, where I talked a lot about just some different things you can do to just reset yourself, to start getting back into some things. We're at the halfway point of the year, and we might be looking up and realizing there's a lot of things that we said we were going to do, and yet we didn't get a chance to do them. Or maybe we're in the midst, or in the thick of something, and we are completely putting ourselves on the back burner. So it's going to look different for everyone what get back to you really means. Hey Shalina, hey Narissa, what's up? Glad week is going well, getting things done. That's always good to be productive. I see we have Taste of Relaxation over here. I love that name. You're preparing for a market this evening. I wish you the best of luck. I hope it goes well. I hope you sell out of everything that you have. That is always fun. Okay, so I am going to pull up my notes to make sure I stay on track, but I'm so happy you all are here. And I have done this challenge before, so this is not the first time. Some of you may even want to participate again if you participated last time. I have updated the workbook for the challenge. Again, it's a free 7-day challenge, and what it does is it helps you to really create good habits. It's about getting back to you and just building something of impact. So many of the people that follow me, we all have just different ideas of what it is that we've been wanting to do. A lot of times it may be a business, but it may be something else. And so whatever that means for you, something of impact, and then finding joy in every day. And sometimes we can just kind of live through these days, just get up, do what's expected of us, and we don't really get that joy that we're looking for, whether that is just taking a quiet drive by yourself, if it's getting in a walk, if it is reading a good book, watching your favorite show. Sometimes we just get so caught up in the go, 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 and we miss out on that. And so, like I said, this is all about getting back to you. And so you're able to sign up for this challenge. Actually, right now, all of the links are available. They're in the description, as well as over on Instagram. If you guys are watching there, you can find it in my the bio link right here on the Inspire Blueprint page. You can find it. And the reason that this was created, I actually ran it for the first time last fall. And it was right before the holidays were getting ready to start. And I think that's another time where it's really easy to just get into the thick of what's happening, and you kind of lose sight of just your overall personal goals you have for yourself, ways you want to show up for you. And I think the summer is another time. We're coming off of the end of the school year. Kids are getting out of school. We're getting ready to get into possibly vacations, or just transitions are happening with a new season. And I thought, why not take this next week to make sure that we are not getting lost in the sauce of all of the things going on. And so I'm going to break down a little bit of just how the Inspire Blueprint, my business in itself, how it really can help you when you understand what my acronym Inspire really means, how that can help you. We'll talk a little bit about the challenge, and then if anyone has questions at the end, I will be happy to answer them as well. Hey Rodnitska, The first challenge was great. I got sidetracked part way through, so I'm excited to do it again. Yes, definitely. I feel like it's one of those things you can do at any time if you're just like, okay, I need to just get a reset. Like, it's been a while, let me just get back on track. This challenge, like once you have the workbook, y'all, I mean, you can like always just reprint it out again and do it whenever you want. So the first thing I wanted to break down for you is the Inspire Blueprint acronym. So there is a specific word for each letter in Inspire, and the first word is intentional. I think without even getting too much into it, I think we all know that in order to just set ourselves up for success, it's been a while since I've been going live, so I'm like, woo. You have to be intentional about what it is you want. Intention is actually my word of the year this year. And I feel like anytime I'm getting ready to do something, I'm like, does it make sense? Does it line up with what my overall goals are, my overall needs? Does it make sense for my family dynamic? Does it make sense for where I want to be in 5 years? Like that might seem kind of dramatic, but it's like, no, seriously. And so when I'm thinking of these decisions and things I want to make, how I want to live my days, I'm thinking like, okay, am I being intentional about this? Is it in alignment with what I want to do? And everyone's intention is going to be different. But I think anytime you go into something new, whether it's this challenge or if it's, taking a new job, if it's moving across the country like we just did, like you want to be intentional about it and make sure that it makes sense. Another part of the acronym is the N, and that is to nourish. So nourishing your mind, your body, your soul, just all of the different things that make up who you are as a woman. When you look at yourself, do you feel like your cup is full, basically? Do you feel like you're taking the best care of yourself as you can? Are you getting adequate amount of rest as much as you can, right? We all have our things. Like I know I never in a million years thought that after we got out of the newborn stage that I would still be getting woken up in the middle of the night from our 4-year-old, but it's happening, So sometimes those things happen and we can't always just do exactly what we set out to do, but just really acknowledging like where are the gaps in just my overall self-care. And that's different for all of us. I recently started doing Pilates, y'all, and I have to say like it is a little bit of an investment. It's expensive, but I am just so grateful for doing it. Like I saw a gap in me working out and getting physical. I just couldn't really get the discipline to do it at home myself. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pay to go somewhere. Like if I'm putting my money down, I'm going to show up. And it has been such an amazing thing. So that's how I'm nourishing myself. In addition to just like the way that I eat, that's definitely how I love to show myself self-care. Like I love the pampering and all that stuff too, but really like my wellness is an example of how I love to nourish myself. And then that could even look just like your time with God. Like it can be different for, again, your mind, your body, and your soul. The S is success. So when you think about what is your definition of success, what does that mean for you? I know with being an entrepreneur, it's very easy to get caught up in the like, okay, I need to be a millionaire. I need to be having 6-figure launches. I need to be making 50K a day. Like, all of these things is what we see online. And sometimes it can feel like if I'm not matching up to those things and I'm failing. And so just getting back to what success really means for you and understanding that, defining that for yourself, like literally writing it down and having it somewhere to just remind you like, okay, yes, this is what this person is doing. Yes, maybe that is successful to them. But at the end of the day, I'm finding success in being present with my family and being able to travel and do things I want to do, being able to spend time with my children. Like those are the things that for some people that is success. And so never lose sight of what your definition is for you. P is peace. I don't know about y'all. I mean, I've been a mom now for almost 5 years. But even before this, I've always just been such a like introverted person. I really like my time to myself. And so peace for me is that. Peace is, I find that when I just have quiet time, when I'm able to go on a quiet drive, when I don't have to hear a lot of noise in the background, like I just love silence. And because I don't get it very often, like when I have it, I cherish it so much. And so what does peace look like for you? And I would love to hear like where do you all find peace when you are just going through your days? Is it just the time when you finally get the hot shower at the end of the day, or when you finally get in the bed and you just like, ooh, like I love when I finally get in the bed and I just get to like kick my feet and stuff. Like I'm just like, I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this moment all day. Like that is peace for me. When I'm reading a good book, that is peace. I'm not sure why the internet connection keeps saying poor over on Instagram. So I apologize, y'all, if it's cutting in and out. But what does peace look like for you? That is another one. The second I is increase. And so increase is really, to me, this is one of the more spiritual ones. I really feel like I have a very deep relationship with God, one that is growing every day. And basically with increase, it's about how can I be faithful in knowing that God is going to provide for me no matter what. He is going to show up for me in my life no matter what. And all I have to do is continue to be faithful and believe that He is going to follow through on the promises and things. There's so many things that, like, I know God has placed on my heart. And sometimes it can be very easy to just, kind of feel like, oh, well, maybe that's it. Like, maybe no more is coming for me. Maybe I don't have anything else down the pipeline. Maybe that was my success and now it's over. And so increase is just about understanding that, like, you can have more, and just really believing that you can. Sometimes you may sit in a season of a great example. Like, we bought a home, we built a home, we bought it. Like, I was like, oh my God, this is like something that was on my bucket list. I never even thought we would do this. And then we did it, and we were only there for 2 years, and then we moved. And so I'm like, okay. And so even with that, I'm like, well, we kind of did that. I don't know if that opportunity will ever happen again. And so that limiting mindset sometimes can really play a role in different areas of our lives. And it's like, no, like I'm going to have increase. I'm going to continue to pray. I'm going to be grateful for the season that we were in. I'm going to be grateful for the season that we're currently in, and whatever is to come, I'm just going to be grateful for it. So that is really just what I am so prayerful about these days, is just continuing to know that God will continue to provide and show up for me. I think it's so, so, so important. The R is real, and I love to keep it real with y'all. Today I've been vlogging. Yesterday I vlogged a little bit too. Finally, it's been so long. So I was talking about it on there, but it's like, I just love to just share what is currently going on. Like, as much as things can be so aesthetic and, people can be seeming like it's so picture perfect, I'm so over that. I'm so tired of feeling like everything has to be clean and perfect and just all of those things. And so real is just about getting back to you, but really embracing who you are and doing things because that's what you want to do. Getting real with who you are, where you've been, where you want to go, and just being okay with that. Like, not feeling like you have to put on a facade for people or feeling like you have to change who you are. So many times I feel like we get online just because that's a big part of what I do. And I feel sometimes like, oh, you got to be this certain way. And it's like, no, like, I just want to be myself. It makes it hard to enjoy seasons you're in and places you work and different things when you can't be you, right? Like, when you're in friend groups and you feel like you can't be yourself, or you have relationships with people and you feel like there's this part of you that you can't share. I just think that being real is going to be so freeing for all of us if there's parts of you where you just feel like you haven't had an opportunity to really share that. I know for me, I'm planning on shifting some of my content over on my YouTube channel with that, because I have other interests, and things I want to talk about and share. And that's part of me being real and embracing, like, I'm growing and I'm changing every day. And maybe the real version of me, 4 years ago, she's going to be different than the version you see today. And so just understanding that, and that it's okay to continue to evolve and change. The next and last one is the E, and that is to enjoy. And so, like I said, as part of the challenge, one of the things is just enjoying your days. What brings you joy? Is it getting outside? Have you been outside in a while? Have you gone to the beach? Have you gotten to, take a swim in the pool? Like, what things bring you joy? This is a little bit different than like the peace thing, because like sometimes peace can really be more associated with like calmness, whereas enjoy is just really like, what makes you smile? What lights you up? What gets you excited? What makes you laugh? Like, what are the things that sometimes you don't do for a while because you're just so caught up in just the everyday expectations that are placed on you? So how can you get back to just enjoying those things and just finding them again? Hello, I see some people are getting on. Hi. Let me see. Okay, so we have a couple people that responded to peace. Is it Kavern? Kavern said, peace is when my kids go to sleep and I get to hear myself think. Yes. It's my nighttime right now with our daughter it's kind of like, it's a good and a bad thing, because it might have a lot to do with us moving too. So, I'm trying to just give grace in this season of like trying to adjust to just living in a new house and all of those things. But it's like nighttime be happening. And on one hand, I'm like excited for that peace that you're talking about. But then on the other hand, it's like she come out of the room like 50 times. Oh, I need another hug and a kiss. Oh, I need this. Oh, this isn't working. Oh, can I? And I'm like, girl, like you act like it's 2 in the afternoon, but it's now 10 o'clock. Like, what are you doing? So I definitely get that. And that peace, like once your kids finally are asleep, like it is just such a good feeling. So I definitely understand that. Narissa said, I feel peace when I walk by myself without the girls or the hubby, and of course, polishing my nails. Oh, I love that. I love doing my nails too. That's always a good time. And yes, I love walks. Y'all, I recently started doing this. I'll have to share in a video at some point, but I got this journal from Cultivate What Matters. It's like a wellness journal, and in there it's been like really good just being able to just kind of think of like, okay, what are some different ways I can show up for myself in wellness? And one of them was walking, because I used to love walking and I used to do it quite frequently. Maybe about a year ago I was really into it, and then I kind of tapered off. And so I started doing these solo Sunday walks, and I've been doing them for the last couple of weeks now. And it's just nice. Like I get up early on Sunday, whether we're going to church that day or not, and I just have time to myself. I usually pop in like a good podcast that I already have saved to listen to. I get my water. My husband and my daughter are both asleep, so I don't have to worry about getting anybody a snack or, answering any questions. Like I can just get out of the house and go on a walk, and it is literally the best thing, y'all. It's just so peaceful. No one is really out at that time. I would love to get up when the sun is actually rising, but I'm not quite there yet. But Narissa, I definitely feel you with the walking for sure, because I love that. So that is the acronym, okay? So we talked about it. It's intentional, nourish, success, peace, increase, real, and enjoy. Absolutely love that acronym. And I find sometimes I'll even just sit down and I will journal those different words, and I will be like, okay, how have I been intentional? How have I not been intentional? What are the different things I can do? So that could even be like a journaling exercise for you if you ever just need something to kind of, again, hit that reset button. And so now I wanted to just talk about the parts of the challenge, because that's what it is. The title of this is, Are You Ready for a Challenge? This is all about getting back to you. And so with the challenge, there are 3 different things. It's called the Inspire 330. And so there are 3 different things that you're basically committing to doing for the 7 days. And there's some that you're going to be doing for 30 minutes. And that's where the 30 comes in. So there's 3 things. The first one is to wake up 30 minutes earlier than you currently wake up for an intentional morning. So again, everyone's intentional morning is going to be different. I'm not talking about the little YouTube mornings that we be seeing where it's like, oh my gosh, I wake up, I already have makeup on, I have my aesthetic mug, that I'm going to drink my tea out of, and then I'm going to get up and I'm just going to kind of gallivant over here. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally like a couple of things that really give you fuel for the day. So I know for me, I love having time with God. I'm currently doing a new devotional on the Bible app right now. And that really allows for me to just have that time. I love just learning about the Bible and hearing different perspectives. And so they have like that daily refresh. I'll do that. And then sometimes I'll take it a step further and actually do a devotional. And then reading is another one that I'll do. Like right now I'm reading a book called, I'll even show you. It's called By the Book. It's really good so far. And so even just having some time to just read, that could be part of your intentional morning if that's what you enjoy. Listening to worship music, I love doing that. Getting in my shower, like whatever your intentional morning looks like, maybe like you want to shower before your kids wake up. Like I know sometimes that's a thing for me. Like I really want to kind of already be up and dressed and ready before my daughter gets up. We working on that, trying to get there. So whatever it is, journaling, if it is your aesthetic, this isn't, but if it is your aesthetic mug, then, have at it. Okay. Like I love to have my little lemon ginger tonic in the morning. Whatever it is, you're going to just do it, but get up 30 minutes earlier. And the reason for that is so that the morning is not hitting you in the face. Like you're like, no, I'm already up. Okay. Like it's just giving you a chance to really start it off, because how many people have been woken up by their children or by people or by your alarm or something. And it's just like, woo. And then you have no time to do anything. You just got to get up and just go. And so this allows for you to just have that 30 minutes to yourself to just do these things. And it could be just as simple as you want it to be. It could be as complex as you want it to be. The second part of this is 30 minutes of a new habit or an activity that you want to pursue or get back into. So for some of us, maybe we kind of started January off strong and we were getting up and we was doing our workouts, right? And then somewhere along the way we fell off. And so maybe that might be your thing of just getting back into it. Or maybe you've been intending to do it, but you haven't. So now this is your opportunity to get back into, or actually start it finally. And then should be something that can bring you joy. It could be something that's not stressful. We don't want it to be anything stressful. It should be good for you. It should just be something that is just like, yes, like I'm happy to be showing up for myself in this way and doing this thing. Joy and Janine said, I've been waking up at 5:40 for the past year for that reason. Yes, like it's nothing like when you actually get up, like it sucks when you get up initially because it's like, dang, you know, I can still be asleep. But once you get up and you actually do it and then like the day starts and you realize how much you've already done or how you started off just in a very peaceful way, like it's just, the day just seems to flow a lot better. So I'm glad you've been doing that. 5:40, I'm trying to get back in that 5. I'm still like teetering around like 6:30 right now. It's been so hard with this time change and even still. Okay, so yeah, and it should just bring you overall just joy for this thing, whether it's a new habit or something you want to get back into. And then 30 minutes to dedicate to something that you want to do to bring to the world. So this is basically what I call like your impactful work. So, you know, whatever it is, if you have a business idea you want to start, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to start your email list, if you want to I don't know, do like a house project that you know would really benefit your family. Maybe like getting your backyard together so that you can host events for the summer. Whatever it is for you, this should just be something where you're taking about 30 minutes to dedicate to it each day during the 7-day challenge next week. So that could look like you doing research. It could look like you actually physically getting in there and doing what you need to do. I know for me, I'm thinking what I'm probably going to do is actually for my impactful work. Surprisingly, it's not going to be business related. I need to just finish unpacking these boxes up in here and get this house a little bit better. Like this office is just still looking a little bit insane and I'm tired of looking at the clutter. So I think I'm going to take 30 minutes each day to just slowly work through things where it feels very overwhelming. But if I just do it in 30-minute blocks and I know I don't have to do much more than that, that's very impactful, not only for myself, but for my family, just so we have like a home that is clutter free. We know where things are. And it's just so much better that way. And I find sometimes too, with a lot of these things, you dedicate 30 minutes, but unless you have like a really packed schedule, typically you start doing for 30 minutes. And next thing you know, you're like, oh, I've been doing it for over an hour now. So I think that's another great thing about it. And then at the end of each day, you will do a reflection. Shouldn't take you more than just a few minutes, but just one thing that you're grateful for, one thing that you accomplished for the day, and one thing that brought you joy or made you smile. So that's a way to just kind of document your progress overall of, you know, what you've done, where the joy is coming from, essentially. And I love to do this because sometimes it's just the smallest things, like, again, I know I talk about Emery all the time, but I mean, literally, I'm with this girl all day long. And so there's times where, you know, like I'm frustrated, right? But then there's some times where like she has me in here cracking up. Like this was, I think, last weekend. I've been, trying to get back, get my style together. I've been trying to, wear my cute outfits. I have these clothes that I've been buying to just kind of embrace the style that I have, and yet I'll be just walking around with a sweatshirt all the time and biker shorts or something like that. So I decided to get cute. We went to the mall, and this girl gonna say to me, y'all, I had on like, it was some mom jeans, and then I had on this cropped shirt, and it kind of like showed maybe like this much of my stomach, if that, depending on how the pants were. Like if they were up, you couldn't even see my stomach. And so we had got back from the mall and everything, and she looked at me and she was like, Mommy, she was like, I don't think you should wear that shirt again. She was like, she was like, I don't like it. And I was like, well, what? I'm like, why don't you like it? And she was like, it doesn't connect to your pants. And I was so weak, y'all. I'm like, what? So now it's like, yeah, it's so funny. Now it's a joke, and it's just things like that. And so that would have been something I would have wrote down on that day, of just like how silly she is, and just She just said some of the craziest things, y'all, and I just be in here just weak laughing. So just things like that to just journal and remember for the days. And my hope is that as you do this challenge, you realize, like, okay, this is not so bad. I can incorporate these things, even if it's not every single day, maybe 3 times a week. I can continue on with this inspired challenge, and it no longer becomes a challenge, but it's just my routine. It's just my everyday. It's part of what I do. That is really the hope for this. It's definitely something that you can have ongoing after the fact. But the way that it's going to work, we're going to be kicking things off on Monday. The links are down in the description over on YouTube, and they are in the bio link here on Instagram. And we get started on Monday. You get a workbook right away. So once you put your information in the form, you'll get the workbook, and that will get you started right away. I would say, especially if you're watching this now and you're thinking you want to do it, go ahead and get it, download the workbook, and then that way you can take the weekend to kind of work through kind of like the pre-section, the pre-work in the beginning. There's just a couple of questions and things I'm asking you to help you just decide, like, what is going to be your thing you're getting back into, or your new habit. What's going to be your impactful work, just deciding those things for yourself. So that is definitely what it's going to look like. And then we're going to be kicking things off on Monday. The way it's going to work this time, if you participated last time, it's going to be a little bit different. This time you're actually going to get an email from me every day for the 7 days with some encouragement, with some tips, and just to keep you motivated and encouraged. Like, if you're going to be expecting that email from me that next morning, it's like, okay, let me show up. If nothing else, I want to give you that extra support and just that extra push to know, like, you got somebody in your corner. I'm right there along with you. I'm going to be doing the challenge as well. Like, I truly need it after the last 2 months of just trying to move from New Mexico, move to South Carolina, get settled, adjust to a time change, a new schedule, trying to get back into the swing of things, and just continuously falling short. I'm like, I need this challenge so badly. So I'm going to be doing it as well. On top of that, if you are even wanting a deeper dive, wanting more support, more connection, and if you are trying to grow or start a business as well, join the Inspire Blueprint membership, y'all. I'm going to be doing even more content as well as an exclusive live next week in the membership. And this is for anyone that is just looking to really take it even more of a step further. If you're really wanting accountability and support amongst some like-minded women and other people taking part in the challenge, we're going to be doing that in there. And that is just a very small little blip of what you can get. Of course, the membership is packed with all kinds of things. We have monthly trainings, we have accountability calls, we have a planning and strategy session that we do every month, we have guest experts that come in and present to us. All of the fun things are happening in the membership. And when I tell you I am pouring my heart and soul into this group of women, it has been such a joy to be a part of it. Like, if I had to just say something that, brings me joy outside of my family, like, this membership is it, y'all. Like, I love it so much. I love getting on. I love just being able to help and answer questions. And the fact that there's already so many women in there that also are helping. So it's not like it's just me. Like, we're all in there collectively pouring into one another and answering questions and supporting and lending ideas. And so if you are thinking, like, I really want to get this business off of the ground, I really want to set myself up for success because I know that the holidays are coming up and I want to have my business up and running, then definitely check out the Inspire Blueprint membership. You will not regret it. I promise you. It is one of those things where all of the feedback I have gotten has been so positive. There's a course in there you can get started with right away. Just so many things that you can feel supported and held accountable throughout the summer and beyond. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that because there will be some extra things happening in the membership for this challenge next week. So if you're just wanting even more support or just to really kick your summer off, like, we're getting ready to start Q3. I haven't told the membership members the theme, so I'm not going to say it on here to y'all yet, but all I'm going to say is the theme is going to be so good. It's going to be so fitting for so many of us because it's something that we all deal with, whether in business or in personal life. And I am so excited to announce the theme for Q3. So I invite you to come join us in the membership so that you can take this challenge a step further and also really get all of those things you need to just hit the ground running. So that is pretty much it. Does anyone have any questions or anything like that? I see I'm getting a request to join. I'm not sure. Was there a question or something you had? Feel free to comment. I wasn't doing any requests or anything, but comment, kind of let me know what's going on, or maybe it's a glitch. I'm not really I'm not really sure because it keeps popping up like every minute, so it might be a glitch, but let me know. Hey Takia. Yes, the group is amazing, and so are all of the ladies in it. Y'all, I'm just reading what they're saying. Best investment I've made for myself. Yes, I love it. Makes me feel so good. Oh, I love all of you. Thank you so much. So much. I want to get back into riding my bike. I got a new one for Mother's Day and only rode twice. Ooh, oh, I have not ridden a bike in years. But Pamela, that's going to be really, really fun. Definitely do it. Make sure bike riding is on your list for the challenge, because that would be good if you're doing it. I would definitely say to get back into it for sure. Let me see if I missed anything else. Rodniska, I'm home every day with my son and it's hard to dress up. I'm trying not to be sweatpants. Yes, and it's really easy to do that, but like even for me, so I am I try to be a very hands-on mom. So like we do school stuff here, and then I'm trying to get Emery out so that she can, of course, like make new friends and stuff, because like she had her friends there, so we're trying to do that. And so we're just even going like to the library or to the park, and I'm like, you know what, I can look cute. Like, who's to say I'm not? Or we need to go to Target, like I can look cute. Like I don't need to be going to a fancy dinner for that to be a reason for me to look nice. And so I challenge you, if that's something you want to get back into. Like, I think it's definitely, once you become a mom, it's like sometimes we kind of lose sight of like what our personal style is. And I've really been trying to figure out like, okay, what is my style? What do I like? What looks good on me? What is different from the college version of me to the one today? And so it's definitely been interesting for sure. But yeah, I agree. I'm definitely like a sweatshirt everyday girl. And that still will be happening, but I'm trying to just put myself together a little bit more. Because like they say, when you look good, you feel good, right? Any questions or anything? I hope you all will join the challenge. I am, like I said, I'm so excited about it. This is definitely something I'm going to try to do a little bit more regularly, at least once a quarter, so that we can all collectively come together, membership or not, and just hit the reset button as we get into these busy seasons, because it's just really easy to lose sight. Once you get ready to have your kids are going to be coming back home from school and stuff. So it's just like a chance for us all to just get back to what we want to do. All right, I don't see any more questions or comments or anything. So that's all that I have for you. Oh my gosh, I just wrote about it in my newsletter, because we have a right to be cute. Exactly, right? And I think for a long time, I just kept telling myself, I'm like, well, I'm just at home, so what's the point? But I think this business definitely helps, because there's days, like today I actually was out of the house, but like there's days where literally the only thing I'm doing is just getting on calls with people, or I might be going live, or I may be filming a video. And so it gives me an excuse, if nothing else, to just be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put on a cute shirt. I might even pop a little makeup on. I'm going to fix my hair because I'm going to do this video really quick, or I'm going to get on with a client. So I think it's definitely nice. But even if I didn't have that, I think it's the same thing. It's like just showing up and just feeling good about yourself. It leads to just having a better day overall. So that's pretty much it. Definitely, if you tuned in late, go back and watch the replay. Join us for the Inspire 3:30 challenge. It starts on Monday. All of the links are available for you. And if you're wanting even more support, check out the Inspire Blueprint membership so that we can all support you. We would love to have you in there. And I will see everybody next time. Bye.